How's she going right there, eh? Just gonna show a bit of my taxidermy. Some of the mounts that I've done. These were all done by me over the years. That raccoon actually is the first thing I've ever mounted. It's actually really old there now. It's kind of sun-baked and showing its age. It's been hanging there for quite a while. I don't know how good this video is going to turn out, but I've had some people asking me about some of the taxidermy I do. I used to do it quite a bit years ago. Slowed down quite a bit, busy with doing other stuff. This here is actually the 10-pointer I got this year that I was calling the Caribou. Did finish the skull mount on it. Turned out not too bad. He's, like I said, 10 points. That one there, I think it's 9 points. 9-pointer. Turned out not too bad. There's an old coyote tail hanging off that one. There's a fox. That there's, I think he's 39 points, but that's a synthetic reproduction rack that I got when I used to do taxidermy shows for kind of like a wow factor. A couple drop tines on it. Nice deer. That fish there is a landlocked salmon I did years ago when I was first starting. It's actually gotten beat up quite a bit with over the years with kids and moving, and just got it over a closet door there for now. Anyhow, then over here I got a couple bucks. This one was the most recent of the two. That one there is, God, I can't remember. I think he's a 9. What's that? 2, 3, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 8. That's an 11-pointer. This guy here, he's a 13-pointer. That is a real wide rack. This rack here, which is actually a nice deer, actually, it fits inside that rack. That's how wide that rack is. Really wide. Tine there, kind of different. Didn't turn out too bad. Try to show some of the detail. Probably all dusty and stuff. A lot of my deer, I actually want them to look like they're all pumped up. All hunters actually want that. So what I actually do is you see there, I actually cut the hair to kind of give it that ripple effect. Right there under the throat. Anyhow, that's that. There's some of the fish that I've done. That is really old too. I think actually looking over there, I got an award, Master Angler Award in New Brunswick for lake trout togue. I think that was 11 pounds. Just over 11 pounds, I can't remember. Anyhow, that was caught in 94. Try to work my way over there. That's an old coyote head I did. It's actually not very good. It was kind of mangy. And I had the styrofoam head, so I thought, well, I might as well throw it on something. Anyhow, someday I may just rip that off and put another one on, or I'll just usually when I'm trapping, if I get something that is all chewed up or not good, I'll mount the head on it. So someday I may get a nicer dog and with a better head mount done. Like I said, I do all these myself. I don't pay anybody to do it. I used to do some for a lot of people, and I actually hated making them wait. I've had people waiting for quite a while. I just did a bear head this year for a buddy of mine. Man, I think he waited almost 2 years, so I really hate doing that. I don't mind doing it for myself or friends, and they always say, yeah, I'm in no hurry, get it done whenever you want. But anyhow, that there is a replica smallmouth bass. It's all fiberglass. And that is a skin mount, a real mount, I guess. Try to stay out of the sun. That is a short nose sturgeon. I believe, trying to look at the date, I got an award for that also. I believe that was in 94 also. 95, November 95. So, us locals around here who fish them, you try to get into a 50-inch club. So they got to be 50 inches or more. And that one did get that. Really sandpapery skin. Like really weird looking. Really strange, especially skinning it. It actually tore my hands all apart. It was just like sandpaper. I have only done one. I don't fish them anymore. It was a shame, really. This one actually died on me, so we kept it, and I don't know, they figure this fish was probably 25 years old. Anyhow, so that's that. Over here, I got a ringneck pheasant that I did for myself. A couple other, that skull on the left was my dad's deer this year. It was a 10-pointer. Turned out pretty good. Usually what I do is I'll do a skull mount. Keep the cape if I do decide someday to mount it, or I save the cape for if someone has one that's in really bad shape or they need one. So I skin it all out, freeze it. If I took that skull and cut the rack off it, and usually that's what you do in taxidermy, you cut right above the eye sockets, then I can't go back and mount it this way, European mount, if I wanted to. So what I've been doing over the past few years is set them up for a skull mount, which doesn't take me all that long. It's just messy. And then if I ever wanted to mount that on a head mount, then I just cut it off. There's an old brown trout that's seen better days. It's actually got some paint beat off it there from kids or grandkids throwing balls or something in here in this rec room. Anyhow, had a few questions, people wanting to see some of my taxidermy. Anyhow, there it is. Like I said, that tail, coyote tail, actually came from that coyote head. He was in rough shape. There's a fisher, 2 fishers actually, and a couple of weasels. That's what I do with my stuff that I catch on the woodlot trapping. I don't sell or auction off any of my hides. In the garage, I probably have, I don't know, 8 or 9 coyotes hanging dried up like this. I just call that like a trapper's mount. It hasn't been tanned, it's just dried. And eventually I may skin them, tan them, or cut them up, tan them, and maybe make some blankets or pillows or something out of them when I need some for my cabin. Anyhow, that's it. Talk to you later.